So this morning, for the next 45 minutes, we're going to unpack some secrets that are fundamental to success in business. If you have the big idea and you are going to be different, well, you better have a clear goal. You need to know where you're going. What is it that you're shooting for? Because how are you going to hit your target if you don't have one? And how will you know you've hit it if you don't have a clear goal? So people that know me know that I'm all about goal setting. I am very pro goal setting. And not just goal setting to where you kind of let your goals rattle around in your brain. I believe that you should write them down. That you should write them down and be very specific about your goals. And once you're fixed on your goals, be relentless. Don't give up. Here's an example of someone who is clear on his goals and didn't give up. Who is this?
Rocky Balboa.
It's Rocky Balboa. He has his own statue in Philadelphia. Pretty awesome. So Rocky, also known as Sylvester Stallone, had this dream. He watched this boxing match and was inspired to write a screenplay. Legend has it that he wrote it in about 24 hours. I've never actually talked to Sly and verified that story. I've read that he wrote it in about 24 hours from beginning to end. And he had his screenplay, and now he had to have investors to make it a reality. He started shopping it around, and here's what happened. Slam, 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 slam. He kept getting the door slammed in his face because people were not interested in his screenplay. Who cares about a movie about a boxer? There's nothing different about it. There's nothing special about it. We're not interested. But did Rocky give up? No, he didn't give up. He kept on going through a few more slams as his bank account was dwindling. Stallone got to the point where he actually had to go to a store in his town and wait for someone to come along and buy his dog. He sold his dog because he was that broke. And he loved that dog. So this was actually really, really difficult for him. But he wouldn't give up on his dream. He would actually spend days in a library because the library was heated. During the winter, he couldn't pay for his heating bills. So he would turn the heater way, way down, and his apartment was too cold to stay in. So he'd go to the library during the day. There are other good uses for a library. I have to say that.
Brad will like that.
Yes, yes. Well, he finally found a place that was interested in the screenplay. They were willing to spend real money on it. But it came with one condition that was unacceptable. And that was that Stallone was Rocky. He would star in the movie that he wrote. Well, unfortunately, this investment company said, that's a no-go. If you're going to star in the movie, we can't imagine it becoming a hit. You're short, you talk funny, and you're not really star-looking. So we're not interested. Stallone said, I have to star in the movie. That is the requirement. So the deal broke. They came back and offered him more money to not star in the movie. They were interested. They saw in the screenplay what he saw. They just didn't see him in the screenplay. He turned them down again. And they said, all right. Then they came back and said, all right, we'll offer you a fraction of what we offered you previously if you'll star in the movie, because we want to take the risk down to about zero, because we really don't believe that this movie's going to go anywhere with you in it. I think it was around $25,000. He accepted that offer, and the rest is history. Turned into a $1 billion franchise, right? Went over 6 or 7 movies. Now Stallone's big dream is to take Rocky to Broadway, and he's received millions of dollars of investment to turn Rocky into a Broadway play.
I think it's also important to point out that the film won the Academy Award and the screenplay won the Academy Award.
That year, the movie and the screenplay won the Academy Award. On the way to the ceremony, his tie broke, and he went into the ceremony without a tie. And people felt like, you have such little respect for this ceremony. You're not even wearing a tie.